Alright, so this is going to be the longer one, because this is the one that is kind of screwed me over the most. Like I said, I gained 30 pounds whenever I was working at Hardee's, and my weight was 130. I was 5'2", and I probably lost a little bit of weight before everything had went down. And basically what started everything was I went to the doctor for to get checked out, and my weight was 120 on the scale. I couldn't deal with it. I almost had a heart attack. I literally felt that iris roll to the back of my head, and I was like, holy crap, you're kidding me, right? That thing is wrong. But it wasn't. It was right. And I started dieting, because at that point in time, I was eating fast food like 5 times a week, because I had classes all over town. I had class at my high school, I had class on our military base, and I had classes at the college. And so I was constantly on the go, running here and there, and I would get hungry, and so I would go to Starbucks, or I'd go to Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A was my favorite place. Let me get those waffle fries. Holy crap. And Subway if I was feeling healthy, and I gained weight, and there was no way to pretty much avoid it. It just happened. And so I was like, okay, there's a lot of bad stuff in fast food, so let me cut that out. I went from a size 4 to a size 0 in a matter of 1 month. And then I also started cutting out the soda. Dropped even more weight, and I think I was maybe 110, something like that. So I was pretty happy with myself, and then I kind of hit a plateau. It was my first one, and I was like, you know what? If I don't eat, then I can't gain any weight, and I can't stay at the same weight, obviously, because I'm not eating, so nothing's going in for me to gain weight or for my body to get anything from. And so I just stopped eating. I would eat 1 meal a day, and I would try to go on multiple day fasts. And whenever I was put on medication, I couldn't do that anymore because I got really sick. So yeah, I went to my therapist, and that started in December. She didn't know about my eating disorder. I didn't tell her about it, but she started questioning me because I was shrinking before her eyes. Everyone kept on saying that I was shrinking. Even my boss at my daycare was saying, Ari, honey, you need to eat. And I didn't believe anyone. I didn't see the progress that was happening. And I was mad, and I didn't believe anyone. And I was in denial. I didn't think that I had a problem, but I was open to the fact that there could be something wrong, because, I'm over here doing research every night on anorexia and, how to drop this weight, how to get off plateaus, what holds on to, water weight, found out that sodium was bad crap. Just all these different, little tips and tricks of, how to lose weight. My therapist constantly asked questions, and she knew that I had panic attacks. And she also knew that I would have hallucinations. And I finally admitted to her, yeah, maybe I do have a problem with my eating. I don't eat like a normal person does. I'm terrified of freaking ice cream and pizza now. That used to be my favorite food. And so she sent me to a psychiatrist to get me put on anxiety medication after maybe 2 months of trying to coax me into the idea of it. And my psychiatrist, I didn't like her at all. And I still don't like her that much. I don't trust her either. And she tried me on Lexapro, and I started it whenever I was doing a multi-day fast. I was at work, and in a lunchroom, it's very fast-paced, especially if you're the only person in there feeding 115 kids. And on this particular day, we were having breakfast food. So we would have, like, I think it was 5 mini pancakes and sausage cut in half for the 1-year-old. And, yeah, for the 1-year-old and nursery kids, you would cut it into quarters. And there was also syrup you had to put on the plate, boiled potatoes, and applesauce. 6 things. Whenever, like, I usually just put on, like, 3, maybe 4 items on a plate. And it was just hectic as crap. And I had to deliver these plates until we got to the 3-year-olds because they would walk in. And that particular day, I knew it was going to be hard because I had woke up and I felt nauseous, and I my heart was just beating in my chest. And the day before, I had went to the school nurse and I was like, "Hey, this is going on. What's wrong with me? Because this isn't normal." And it was really hard for me to breathe, and I was getting out of breath really easy, and it was just really scary, and I didn't know what was going on. And so the school nurse said, it's probably because of the fact that you're not eating. And so she made me start seeing her at least once a week. And so back to my story at work. Sorry, I chase rabbits. My heart was still beating really fast, and it was, I think it was whenever the 3-year-old started coming in. The last class was walking in, and I was whipping out those plates as fast as I could. And all of a sudden, like, my hand was just shaking whenever I was, like, dishing out potatoes and applesauce, and I was trying to make it through. I was trying to push through the 3-year-olds so I could take a 20-minute break and just sit down and relax, and I would be late to my class. I would clean the kitchen. I would get it done. And my body just said, no, Ari, you're not going to do that. I got really nauseous, and so I bent over the counter and started gagging in the trash can. And my boss came in. She said, "Ari, if you're gagging, if you're sick, you need to get out of the kitchen. You can't be doing that in here." And I just kind of looked at her, and I was like, I can't move. Like, I was stuck in this position right here, like, bent over the counter, hanging on to the counter and the table that was over here, just, like, leaning over the trash can, hanging on for dear life, like, trying not to fall. And she had to help me walk to the break room. Like, my left side was, like, just kind of numb. And, well, actually, my whole body was numb. I couldn't walk, and I couldn't talk. Like, my tongue had swollen up, and my speech was very slurred. My hands were, like, stuck in the position that I was hanging onto the counter in. So, like, I think this one was like that, and then it was like that. So, like, I'm just over here, like, trying to walk, and, like, I was just, like, literally, I was walking to the break room like this, and I sat down, and I was just kind of stuck like this. And it was scary because that's never happened to me before. Like, I've had panic attacks where it feels like I'm about to die, but nothing to the point to where I couldn't walk. And that was just really scary. I didn't know what the heck had happened. I thought, like, maybe I was having a stroke or something. And so, needless to say, I tried my best to push through it and convince my boss that I was okay, but she said, "No, you're going home." And so I got my coworker to take me to my grandparents' house, and my granddaddy sat me down, and whenever he got a break, he came in and he talked to me. And he knew that I had troubles with eating, but I didn't come right out and say, "Hey, yeah, I'm anorexic. I don't eat." But my grandma came home, and, well, no, she was home already, but she had a headache that morning. She has chronic migraines, and so sometimes it'll be a while before she wakes up and gets out of the bed and all that fun stuff. So I think she was having one of those days, actually. And she came in, and she was kind of concerned, obviously, and, she wanted to know what was wrong. And I told her the medicine that I was on, and told her that I hadn't eaten yet that day. And she started doing research on the medicine that I was taking. one of the side effects was, God, I don't even remember what it was, but it was something like can decrease appetite. And so I kind of took that and ran, and they were trying to take me to the hospital. I said, no, I don't need to go, because I knew for a fact that I would be getting my tail sent off to a treatment center if that happened, and I didn't want that. And so all that happened, and it wasn't until after graduation that my therapist made me tell my family. So my parents and my grandparents know, and they don't really ask many questions because I told them that I don't need to be treated any differently. I don't want to be treated any differently. And, I'm okay. And they've, for the most part, respected that, unless, like, they hadn't seen me eat in a few days, and they'll make me eat in front of them because they just want to make sure that, something's going in. And, so, yeah, that happened, and now my psychiatrist has been out of town for 6 weeks, and she pretty much said, if there's any problems, feel free to go see one of my colleagues. Haven't taken her up on that offer. Don't really plan on it either. I had to go back to the GYN to go get my yearly done, and she has saw self-harm scars on my thigh, and she questioned about it, and I was like, yeah, whatever, it just happened. And, cause she knows, I'm pretty sure it's in my chart, and, she questioned me about my weight, and I was very firm with her, and I said, I'm fine with where I'm at, and that's it. I'm fine with where I'm at. And she comes at me saying, are you really okay with having panic attacks and your anxiety and the fact that you're being threatened with a hospital every time you go to the doctor? And of course, no, I'm not fine with that. But, I'm still not happy with my body, daggone it. Please, just leave me alone. Let me wither away and die. I will be okay. Like, that's literally exactly what I told her. And, I told her not to call my psychiatrist because she said that whenever I reached 93 pounds, that I would have to go to UNC to go to their eating disorder facility. Don't want to do that. Who does? So she promised not to call my psychiatrist, but then behind my back she called my therapist, she's the one who referred me to her, so kind of okay with that. And I know that she only has best intentions in mind for me, and so I wasn't too upset with her. So she called my therapist, and my therapist had a conversation with me. She called my psychiatrist, and now if I'm under 90 pounds on her scale, then I have to go to UNC, but it also depends on how my mental and physical health is. And, because I can be probably 92 on her scale, and if I'm still over here wanting to wither away and die, then I'm off to UNC I go. Honestly, I can say that I don't necessarily want to die anymore. It's not that anything was wrong, it's just the fact that I was tired of living, and my body wasn't getting to where I wanted it to, and it's still not where I want it to be, but I'm slowly learning to be okay with that. And I've changed drastically. This is actually a picture of, hang on, let me pull it up. The one on the left with Alice, that was me at Disney World in August. And then the one on the right is me like 2 weeks ago. I want to say I was 90 or 88 pounds in that picture. And right now I am 88 pounds. And my lowest, like it fluctuates. It's anywhere in a day. It'll be from 86 to 88 pounds. And my goal weight right now is 75. And I know it's going to be over all of my daughter's dead bodies before that happens. And I'm trying to be okay with just maintaining with where I'm at right now, because I don't want to have to go to treatment. I don't have time to go to treatment. I'm trying to get a job so I can afford to move to Raleigh next year. And being cornered with the doctors is kind of putting a wrench in that plan. And for those of you who don't really believe that anorexia is actually a problem and you think that we can just snap out of it, you haven't walked a mile in our shoes. You don't know what it's like. You don't know how much of a mental health hole it is to look at yourself in the mirror and literally have a voice in the back of your head, like not even in the back of your head, like right next to you, just say, "You're freaking ugly. Why would anyone want to be with you? You're crazy. You don't eat." I mean, like, just having voices like that constantly just beat you down, and you have to listen to that. But granted, I've been off my medication for a few weeks, so that might be the problem. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. Sorry, I know it's been very scattered, and all these videos are kind of long, and I'm really sorry about that. These next videos in the future, I promise, will not be that long. It'll just kind of be a short summary of what's going on. I'm going to start putting up videos every week, probably after I see my therapist, because I'll probably be nice and pissed off. So, yeah, like I said, though, these videos will not have any sorts of tips or tricks to lose weight. I'm not giving you my mental disorder. And like I said, I'm here to support you all the way. You are beautiful, even though you probably don't believe it. You are. You're gorgeous. You don't need that number to tell you who you are. You don't need that number to be beautiful. You're beautiful at whatever weight you are, whatever height you are, whatever body shape you are, or body type you are. And please stop hurting yourself. And learn to love yourself. It's a lot easier said than done. But like I said, I will be here to support you no matter what. And please subscribe to my channel so that way you can see these videos every week. And you can follow me on my journey. Thank you so much for watching. And once again, sorry for the length. Bye.